Okay, so the Ring doorbell works, but this doorbell doesn't work. And if you remember in the video from the attic, I think that's about right. Yeah, the video from the attic, then you'll know that the transformer's loose and the junction box is loose. This door sticks, jam, and you can see daylight through it. We could see daylight, a lot more daylight when the sun was
the front door. They probably
positioned
need weather
and stuff.
stripping on it.
So all home inspectors are required to render opinions about the foundation.
Yeah.
That does not make us engineers.
Right.
Okay. So even though I do use engineering equipment, so what I'm using is guidelines. So two of the guidelines I'm looking for is no more than 1 inch of floor height elevation differential within 30 feet, and no more than 2 inches of floor height elevation differential overall. I am not calculating slope. Like I said, I would never discourage my client from seeking perfection. I never encourage my client from spending this kind of money and getting a structural engineer. That might be something you even think about considering the access to the crawl space. But that's where we're at, and my opinion is that the foundation today is supporting the superstructure. Okay? Now, I'm not required to do that, but I did it because I'm a good guy. And so, also, we've got a wall that's been moved here, and we got some cupping floor right in here and right in here. And I'm not required to do moisture tests, but I did 11% moisture. I had to check my notes here. Most floor covering people find that would be perfectly acceptable. 12%, between 9 and 12%. So, but there is some cupping right in there. Okay, we get to our wet bar, we get to our kitchen area, we don't have any GFCI protection. There's a GFCI receptacle over there that does not trip electrically. Okay, coming over here, this plumbing underneath this sink, okay, does not have a couple things going on. Okay, but this plumbing underneath this sink, it does not have a vent pipe. It just goes down. Okay, we got our trap. Everybody wants a trap. Okay, got a trap, but we don't have a vent pipe. Now, if you notice this sink, they did not use clips. This sink, okay, here's my story. It goes with the kitchen, it goes with everything. Code says, even though I'm a home inspector, that you should not have a foul line. F-O-U-L, that's hillbilly home inspection. You shouldn't have a foul line. Okay, I said, put a little bleach under there. I get that. And then I looked up the instructions. What supersedes code? The manufacturer's installation instructions supersedes code, and a lot of manufacturers are okay with this foul line. I don't have the instructions, so the foul line is going to be on the inspection report. But having superseded the code, but the manufacturer stipulates this sink even came with clips, and the sink is just glued up there. So they just glued it up there. How about that? And then our conduit is loose right from our junction box right back here. So we kind of got those things going on. I don't know if you figured out this already, but we're rolling tape.
What?
We're rolling. It's coming over here. This is the way we did it back in the 50s. We had our gas valve behind the range, and that was very common, but that's no longer acceptable. Our gas valve should be over here to the side. And I'm checking my work. Did you really look, bud? Oh, okay. Let's look over here. Just to make. No, not going to see in there. Oh, I love that spice rack. Okay, so our gas shutoff valve is behind the range, and by today's standards, it's not supposed to be like that. Also, this range came with an anti-tip device. Let's see if I got a picture. It came with a little device to keep the range from falling over on Hansel and Gretel. But, and there it is. There's a picture of it right there. Manufacturer says that you want to do that, and we do not have an anti-tip device on this. Now, this oven, I got a video of this earlier, so that you know that it does make a little bit of noise. But what's interesting about this oven, this vent fan, is, wait a minute. Keep me honest, because when I was in the attic, I was over here just talking and talking. Okay, so what's happening here? Yeah, okay. Our attic vent's up, okay, and if you go up on the attic, you see a vent cap where this is supposed to vent to. But when you're in the attic, you do not see where this connects. So this is by default, because I didn't see where I couldn't get over there. But this vent fan is venting directly into the attic, which it shouldn't be. Now, if you're just frying bacon and fish, and broadcast up through your whole house, you'd be known as the bacon fish family. Okay, maybe As long as it's not a fire going up there, you're okay. If there's a fire going up there, not so good. See this GFCI?
Yeah.
It does not trip electrically. Okay, how about that? Check this out. Okay, there we go. Just plug us in here. Do the little test button. That's a test button I'm doing, and it does not trip electrically. It trips mechanically, but it does not trip electrically. And these receptacles, just like the ones on the patios, okay, these are not rated for wet locations. So coming on along over here on our food waste disposal, our microwave, by the way, it microwaves just fine. Okay, I cooked me a little napkin. Coming over here, and not just glue, but oh, wait a minute. No. Somebody put a little, usually it's a stick. I gotta hand us some credit here. At least they put a little piece of metal up there to hold your sink up and some screws and stuff. But the manufacturer's clips are not there. Now your dishwasher, it dishwashes fine. But see this line right here? This is your drain pipe. This is your drain pipe for your dishwasher, all right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to go up and attach to the top up there. It's supposed to go way up there. What happens is when Elon Musk is flying around with his barometric pressure, he's pushing it all down here, and all your dirty water comes right through here and siphons right back into your clean dishes. They did not put and you can kind of see the stuff kind of like collecting in it there. No, that's something else. But I was getting ahead of myself. It happens. I've gotten ahead of myself before. Okay, so it's a thing. Okay, I don't know what I might be able to tell you what horsepower this food waste disposal is. Got a little bit of rust right around there. Oh, there it is right here. Man, I love having my clients with me. Well, sink aerators, stainless steel, Badger 1X. Oh, it's probably a 1 horsepower. Let's see if I can take some of this home with me and find out. So anyway, our pipe isn't draining quite like it's supposed to. We got the foul line, you remember that, okay? And it runs just fine. And the dishwasher runs just fine. Let's see, I don't inspect laundry equipment, but I did take a picture of the data plates, so if it happens to be no GFCI in the laundry, but if this is rolled into the deal, you can find out, you can trade like for like.
What do you mean rolled into the,
Well, usually these don't convey with the sale.
Oh,
Laundry.
I told them they could have them in the refrigerator,
Awesome.
but
Yeah,
at this point, I don't know if they're going to be wanting anything.
that's up to you. We got a little bit of this door closes on its own accord, and we got a little gasket that's kind of gone over there. And I kind of rolled through here. This window is fixed.
Yeah.
This is a natural burning wood fireplace. This is not a gas log, okay?
Right.
And come back over here. This is something. Oh, hey, honey. You can come in, Emma. But we've had, we talked about the fireplace when we were on the roof, and we talked about the flashing around the fireplace and stuff, and you can kind of...
Oh, you mean with your client you did?
Uh-huh. Well, I take my client with me. I've been taking videos the whole time.
Oh, I see.
So when you see these videos, and like there's a roof video, I took my client with me. We talked about it. We talked just like we're talking about it now.
Yeah.
So, and every window I could get to, and these receptacles are fine, but every window I could get to, I opened and closed it.
Yeah.
I usually do this so that everybody sees that I closed it, but now you know.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, rolling on out, here's where we find our thermostat. So this is where our thermostat is. Now the thermostat is programmable. It's in the hallway, and this is a good thing. Now found it off. I left it off, but I could not get the fan to come on, and I want to be a liar. I couldn't get the fan to come on its own. Fan, of course, works with cool, and we did cool, and we got cold air, and we did heat, and we got hot air. We did those things, but the fan doesn't come on manual. Coming on along here, again, another window.
That's a
And then we roll in here. This pocket door swings closed on its own accord. All right, and be careful with this latch. You'll get locked in. I'm telling you, I didn't know if I was going to get out or not there for a minute. I said, boy, that was a brainer. Tom Landry hat. Okay, no extra charge. Okay, coming on along. Bathroom. Okay, this is kind of interesting. I like this. Okay, but so many people put this handle underneath the nozzle. This way you can get the hot water and adjust your water temperature before you get in. That was a good idea. Okay, now our Rosetta here, our little escutcheon, it's kind of loose. And then our niches collect water. Okay, our niches collect water. And then coming on. And this faucet right over here is just as loose as a goose. Whee! Whee! So it just goes around and around and around. Now this is consistent with all the plumbing in the house, so we don't have to get underneath all the ones. But here's what's going on. We do not have escutcheon plates. Alright, see the ragged wood around there? We're supposed to have escutcheon plates. Escutcheon plates are for draft stopping. People say for rodents or insects, they'll get around that. But they're for draft stopping, and we do not have escutcheon plates on any of our water supply piping or any of our drain piping. So they just weren't installed. I don't know. People do things. This door, hey, swings out. Okay? So you can't fall down and trap yourself in the shower. That's why they swing out. Been there, been there, been there. All the ceiling fans work. We got smoke alarms in all 3 bedrooms. We got smoke alarm in the hallway. We don't have any carbon monoxide alarms around here. I just came out of the living room. I should have showed you, I should have told you that we do have a smoke and carbon monoxide alarm in the living room, but it's not close to the bedrooms. This is the middle bedroom, and it's kind of tight, but we still got around. Honestly, I didn't get to that window, but this door right here, it just kind of like sticks on the floor there.
Yeah, it needs to be pulled up.
And yeah, a little bit. And it looks like there's some room to adjust it, so we got that. And we'll roll it on out. That's not bad. This is the time where and this is the crawl space access, and we've got a video of that. Remember, we talked about that earlier. This is the time when I like to say, thank you, dear client, for your trust in your business. Those things mean the world to my family and I really, really do appreciate it. So if you can find your way in your heart, leave me a good Google review. Those mean a lot to a small businessman like myself. So if you can just do that. And to my YouTube nation, all 12 of you out there, there's a like button down here. You can hit that like button, or there's if you're bored, I've heard that my mellow FM radio voice will put you right to sleep. If you got YouTube insomnia, you can subscribe or follow or whatever it is. It's all down. Oh, 13. Well, thank you, DeSoto. Okay, got a new YouTube follower. Yay! Okay, this bathroom, that is an air vent. Okay, that is a window. You do not need a vent if you have a window. All right? So, in fact, the code is originally written, said every bathroom has to have an operable window. And they said, well, we don't want to do that. So the fans are actually extra. So we come in here. This bathroom does not have a window, which is fine. But it has a vent right there. There's your vent. Now, it'd be nice if the vent went outside, but it doesn't. It just goes into your attic. Alright, so, and people call them a fart fan. You can if you want, but those fans are for moisture. So when you take those fans and you're drawing all the moisture out so you don't get mold growing behind your mirrors and stuff, when you're sitting there, when you're running your vent fan, you're putting all that moisture right into your attic. Okay, this is the front bedroom. Here we go. And yes, I did work these windows, and they're vinyl frame windows. Just like that. So this is it. It's not a big house. I don't have a lot to say. A lot of people think I say too much, but that's true. We got a little bit of cracking right in here. Alright, from the stress, it's a pretty heavy ladder, but it's a well-made ladder, so that was good. That's very good. Well, the only thing left is the door.